Okay, I believe we are live right now. Okay guys, hello to my first live stream in a while actually. I don't even know when was the last time I done a live stream. It might have been on my 400 subscriber special maybe. But here I am doing another stream. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things right now. A lot of interesting things that most of you might actually be aware of. Let's wait for more people to enter this. I don't know how many people are here right now. Let's see. That's weird. This one doesn't really tell me how many people are here, which is weird. This one's really weird. Okay. Hello, Emilio. How's it going? I guess I'll just wait for some other people to join. Oh, I got a view button right. Oh yeah, it does say how many people are watching. That's great. That's great. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm doing okay, honestly. Kind of upset that school's out and stuff like that. But other than that, I guess I'm doing fine. We're going to be talking about some interesting things tonight. So I guess really, I should probably wait for more people to join this live stream because if more people don't join, then I'll just start talking, and then you guys can watch this live stream whenever it's over. But I guess I'll try to wait for a little, just maybe a few more people to join the stream, and we can get started talking because I have a lot to talk about right now, especially with what's going on in the world. And I'm pretty sure most of you are aware on what this live stream is just by looking at the title of it. HG. Make sure some of my things are good first. Okay, just letting people know that this stream is going on right now, so yeah. Okay. So those of you who are watching this tonight, I really do appreciate you for tuning in. I have a lot to talk about what's going on in the world, my experience with 2020 so far, and what I have plans for. What are my current plans for my channel as of now, at least, because of the things that are going on. But for those of you, I'll wait for those of you who are waiting to join. Hey, Ratley Ohio 9, how's it going? I didn't actually think we would get like a few people joining this live stream because it's like 11:30. But thank you guys, really. Doing good? That's good. That's good. I'm doing okay myself. I wish I was doing a little better, considering with a lot of stuff that are going on in my head right now. Oh, hey, Anna. That's good to know. That's good. All right, so it's you. All right, so I guess we could get started, and I guess we'll just wait to see if more people will join. Not my name. Ah, well, they wouldn't really know. They wouldn't really know your full name, at least. But at least you're in this live stream. It's good. It's good that at least some people that I know that are in this live stream. I wonder how many other people will join this live stream, considering the amount of subscribers I have. I have 620. And it's around 11:30 at almost 12. So it's almost midnight. So I guess I'll start talking about. And sadly, I have to go. Oh, okay. Well, if you have to go, good night then. If you have to go, good night then. Okay. So I guess I'll just dive in and start talking about the most important things first. Alright, bye. Bye, Ratley, Ohio 9. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I guess I'll start diving in and talking about the most devastating things that are going on in our world right now. For one, the coronavirus. Because of this thing, schools have been closing down, restaurants have been closing down, even movie theaters have been closing down. And that's affected me and my reviews on my channel in regards to me going to see new movies. I haven't gone to the movies since last week, really. And that was when I went to go see Onward with my friend. Really good movie. But because of this epidemic that's going on, it's going to affect the way on how I'm going to go to the movie theaters. There are even talks about some movies being released on VOD at home, and you can go watch them on your couch, but it's going to be more expensive. And it scares me to think that movie theaters are going to go away completely just because of this virus thing, but I don't want to think that. And it really just gives me concerns and hopes that stuff like this really doesn't happen. But the bigger concerns that I have are that you liked Onward? I liked it too. I really liked it too. The biggest concerns that I had with the coronavirus thing was that schools were closing, restaurants were even closing. I haven't been able to go out to eat. I'm off of school for another week because, you know, I was on spring break and I was supposed to go back to school today. It's really crazy. And I barely looked this up before I even started this live stream around, how many fatalities? I think it was 4th. I don't even remember how many fatalities, but it was a good number of fatalities in, I think it was 71. 71 fatalities that were recorded in the United States because of the coronavirus. I think it was around there. It's not a lot, but it still gives the United States an alarm on, we gotta be careful, especially in situations like this. And the coronavirus is, just by hearing it, people are making it sound like a big deal, really, but you can't really blame them because there are people everywhere. There are even stores across the country that barely have anything, like toilet paper, and yes, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen the memes. Trevor Brown, yes, Trevor Brown has closed. The Phoenix Union High School District said for around a week, somewhere around the 27th, but I have a feeling it might last longer than that because it seems like talks of the coronavirus are getting a little worse. So I think we might be off a little longer than that, which I do not want. And because things like this are happening, there's a high chance of the district moving prom and maybe even graduation. Who knows? And I'm looking forward to graduate. I'm a senior myself in high school, and once I graduate from high school, I'm going to move on to my career in Houston, Texas, and that's really what I want. I want to graduate, and for me, to see my oh, hey Isaiah, that's you, Mr. Danky Cloud. Hey Claude, nice to see you here in this live stream. But yeah, honestly, I really am looking forward to graduating, and I kind of hate to see it be pushed away like that. I could kind of see that happening because of this whole pandemic thing happening. It hasn't really affected me or any of my family members, but some celebrities have been affected by this coronavirus thing. Tom Hanks is recovering right now from the coronavirus. Idris Elba has got a positive testing for the coronavirus today, so that's actually pretty scary. I hope he's doing okay. Really like that actor. He's a really good actor. And a soccer player recently died from the coronavirus around in his 20s or something like that. So, yeah, that's really devastating. But yeah, this stuff like this around the stuff like this that's going on right now, it's blocked a lot of my plans that I had for 2020. And 2020 has been a mess so far, which I'll get into in a little bit when I'm done talking about this coronavirus pandemic. It's not just the coronavirus that's been making 2020 a mess. I'll talk about the other stuff in a little bit. But honestly, stuff like this have really been messing with my plans. Like, I've had plans to go to Comic-Con with my friend after graduation, and my friend is in the military. He's in New Mexico right now, and he says he might have to stay in the state because of this whole pandemic that's spreading around. And the thing is, Comic-Con only lasts for 1 week in May, and we have to make that week if we want to go. And that's hard. That's really hard. I could even see Phoenix Comic-Con being completely canceled because of this epidemic. And I even had plans to try to go to Disneyland, and that's apparently being closed because of this epidemic. And places like Universal are apparently being closed for around 2 weeks. It's really nuts. It really is. So a lot of my plans have just went down the drain because of this. And I really hope they don't mash completely, because I'm still looking forward to doing a lot of things I want to do in 2020. Graduation is a big thing I really want. I hope to graduate on the date May 21st, because it's literally a day after my birthday, and it would be the best birthday gift ever to graduate, aside from me traveling, which I have traveled on my birthday a couple of times. But aside from the coronavirus things, 2020 as a whole, honestly, one of the worst years. I think it'll blow over, bud. Yeah, it probably will. Hopefully it does. In a good way, not in a bad way. Not in a bad overblow. Or blow over. I'm kind of speechless right now. Like, I'm kind of stuttering right now, and it amazes me on the stuff that's going on in the world right now. It really does amaze me. But as for 2020 as a whole, 2020 hasn't really been the best year. And in start of January, when January barely started, around that time I started losing some friends. I'm not going to go in depth or even tell a story on what specifically happened, but I guess you could say some drama occurred. I've made a lot of friends, but I've recently lost some friends that I had trust in, and honestly, it just made me have a new vision on people I should hang out with and people I shouldn't really hang out with. And it just makes me feel on edge, honestly. It really does. I don't know how many of you have ever had the same experience, but I hope you guys are able to help yourself find a way to make yourself feel better. Hang out with people that care about you, and hang out with people that you care about. But yeah, I forgot I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, in January we lost Kobe Bryant. That was a gigantic mash for 2020. That's definitely one of the big reasons why people hate 2020. I'm sure everyone knows about what happened, so I'm not even going to say it. If you don't, then you're obviously off track right now, and you're probably not even living. But other than that, February has been a rough month for me. March, I guess it hasn't been as rough as January or February. The only big complaint that I can really say about March is that the coronavirus thing won't shut up. It keeps coming and coming and coming, and it just really pisses me off, kind of. Especially when it gets in the way of my plans that I've had for this year. But yeah, I hope you guys have plans that you're able to do in 2020, and I hope stuff like this won't get in like your way and stuff like that, because it's like really crazy, honestly. But as for my current plans on my channel, since this coronavirus thing is happening, I'm obviously not going to be reviewing new movies, because I won't be going to the movies probably for a while because of this is happening. But I do have an opportunity to talk about movies that I wanted to talk about for a while on my channel. I'm going to be talking about classic movies and movies I wanted to talk about for a while. And I wanted to do something like this for a while, and I have done something like this before. But I found that this is the perfect opportunity for me to actually do this, considering I can't even go out to the movies for probably a bit now. I'm going to be talking about classic movies that I wanted to talk about for a long time. I'm still doing the Walt Disney 2D animation movie review series. I already reviewed Snow White. I might do another live stream sometime, me reviewing more Disney movies, who knows. But yeah, I still have that in mind. I posted on Facebook, so if any of you guys are following me on Facebook, you know that I talked about reviewing Disney movies on my channel, and it's something I wanted to do for a long time. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind, and I'm going to do it. And as for classic movies, I'm probably going to have to start uploading frequently, especially since I can't really go out, and I live near Metro Center, and Metro Center actually has a movie theater, Harkins Theater, really nice over there. I don't even know if they're open or closed, but I would assume they're closed right now because I literally just got like an email not too long ago of Harkins talking about the coronavirus and how they want to protect its customers. So yeah, you should discuss the potential for Shadow the Hedgehog movie spinoff. Oh, I did hear some. I think I heard they were trying to do a Knuckles spin-off movie, but I think a Shadow spin-off movie would be really interesting. And I think they could do it. They could have the potential to do it. Honestly, I think Keanu Reeves would be perfect to voice Shadow. That would be really interesting. Keanu Reeves is definitely one of our big actors today. He's really well known. The John Wick movies. He's going to be in the new SpongeBob movie, apparently. Hopefully that doesn't get delayed. But yeah, Keanu Reeves is a really gifted actor. And I think he'd be really good as Shadow, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but he'd be really good as voicing Shadow the Hedgehog. And personally, I would like to see a Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off movie. Will it happen? It really depends on the vision that Paramount really wants to take with Sonic the Hedgehog. But they have been talking about making the Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy, and Jim Carrey and James Marsden already signed up to do multiple sequels. So it looks like we're going to be getting sequels from Paramount. So that's a really good sign. But yeah, I'd love to see a Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off movie, and I'd definitely pay to see it. But yeah, what was I talking about? Other than that, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie alone, if you guys haven't seen my review for that movie, check it out. It's a really good movie. Not going to spoil the movie for any of you guys who haven't seen it, because it's been out for like a month now. But yeah, probably it has to be the best video game movie so far, aside from Detective Pikachu. What was I going to say? I have a lot that's on my mind that I want to talk about, and I can't really just talk. Can you do a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I actually did do a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood review. I did it around 9 months ago, I think. I think it was a couple of weeks after the movie came out. I did a review on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So you can actually check that out on my channel. It's on my channel right now. Amazing movie, too. Really love the movie. It's an extremely depth movie. It's Quentin Tarantino, too, so obviously I had to watch it. I'm a gigantic Quentin Tarantino fan, and he's definitely one of the greatest directors that we still have today. I heard his last movie might be a Star Trek movie, and that's kind of sad. Not that it's a Star Trek movie, but I want this man to keep making movies, honestly, because he is one of the best directors we still have, honestly, aside from Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg. I don't know how many of you heard of this, but Steven Spielberg scrapped the Indiana Jones 5. He's no longer going to direct it, which sucks. He's directed all the other 4 Indiana Jones movies, and I was really upset when I heard he dropped Indiana Jones 5. Honestly, who would be able to direct something like that? Who would? I was at Harkins a few days ago. They didn't let us refill our cups for some from home because of the virus. Oh, that makes sense. That does suck, honestly. Especially with the loyalty cups. Yeah, that does suck, honestly. I can see them doing that. It's nice to see that the theaters are still open, but knowing that you can't even refill your drinks because of this epidemic that's going on, it really does suck. It really sucks, Isaiah. Um, but yeah, it really does suck. I'm at loss of words, really. I'm trying to think of the right words to say in these certain topics right now, because I can talk about a lot of things in this live stream. I can talk about a lot of things. Anything you guys want, really. Um, I've really gotten through the three topics that I really talked about already. If you guys want me to talk about more certain things that are going on in the world, or if you guys want me to talk about some movies in this live stream, I'll be happy to. But yeah, a lot of things that are going on in 2020, it just amazes me on how bad this year has been so far. And it's one of the worst years in my life, honestly. 2018 wasn't that bad. 2019 was a blast, though. Once 2019 ended, all that just really faded away out of nowhere, honestly. It really did fade away out of nowhere. But yeah. Let's see. What should I talk about? But Emilio, you should watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You asked me if I reviewed it. I did. You should watch it, honestly. It's really great. Especially if you're into those kind of movies. What else? I want to talk about The Irishman, which is actually a Netflix film of Martin Scorsese. I'm also a big fan of Martin Scorsese. I love Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, The Departed. The thing about The Irishman, since it's a Netflix film, I never really had the opportunity to watch it in theaters, and only like people who got into advanced screenings before the movie came out got to see it in theaters. Also, the movie is literally 3.5 hours long, so I'd have to find the right time to watch The Irishman, because like I'm a busy person, and for me to watch a movie that's literally almost 4 hours long, I'd have to find the perfect time to watch it. I really want to watch it because I've been hearing amazing things about The Irishman, and it looks really great. I have it on DVD. You have it? Really great. Awesome. I'd love to own it on DVD. I'd love to own Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on DVD. Have you seen Rocket Man? I've heard so much about Rocket Man. I heard it was definitely... Someone said it was better than... what was that other movie that came out? Bohemian Rhapsody. Someone said it was better than Bohemian Rhapsody, but I remember when those two movies came out, there were like some arguments on which movie was better and which movie was worse. Bohemian Rhapsody is a really interesting movie. Rocket Man I haven't seen yet, though. There are also some movies that I've seen a couple years ago that I didn't even get to review. Even last year, Jumanji, I saw that movie, but I never got to review it because I've been very busy. If you want to know my personal thoughts about it really quickly, I thought it was really interesting. It was funny. Kevin Hart, really love Kevin Hart a lot. I've seen some of his stuff, his work, especially as a comedic figure. I watched some of his stuff on Netflix. He's really funny. So obviously I had to watch the Jumanji movie. Yeah, Jumanji 2 or 3, whatever you want to call it, because I know there's the Jumanji that came out in the 90s. Jumanji 2 or 3, whatever you want to call it, because there's one that came out in the 90s, and then Return to the Jungle. Was it Jumanji Return to the Jungle? And then I don't remember the last title. But yeah, I saw the most recent Jumanji, and it was pretty good. It was really good, honestly. And I expected it to be good. I didn't really expect it to amaze me, but it was funny. For a grade, I'd probably give it a B minus, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, let's see. How long I've been streaming? For 24 minutes. Not that bad. This has actually gone by pretty quick, honestly. This has actually gone by a little quick. Yeah, streaming for 24 minutes. Not that bad, honestly. Let's see. I actually like this talk that's actually forming right now. Let's see. Also, I haven't told you guys this yet, but I've had I've thought of some plans that I want to do on my channel. In particular, an animated series. It would have to take me some time though. I thought of making an animated series on my channel for you guys, a special animated series. It's called Cineteens. It's basically about these teenagers who go on like journeys through like popular movies and stuff like that. It's a really interesting concept, and I talked to a few people about it, and they thought the same thing. The thing is, though, I'd have to have an animating crew with me and some voice actors. Voice actors I could probably easily get. It's just that I have to have a lot of time on animating and writing scripts and stuff like that. So I don't know if this is actually going to happen on my channel. If it does, I will let you know. But I would love something like this to happen on my channel. I'll try my hardest to make it happen for sure. But it's going to take some time. Definitely. Especially if I want to turn this into an animated series. It definitely won't be big, considering my channel isn't really that big. But I hope you guys will like it. I'm pretty sure you guys will. I want to start off working on comics of it. That's for sure. I want to start working on comics of Cineteens before I actually turn it into an animated series. So that would be really interesting. And I'm trying to work on some projects, some film projects, personal stuff, that I'm going to release to the internet and stuff like that soon. If you guys seen my post on Facebook, you guys know that I'm working on a horror film called Red Moon. So excited to show you guys the film. We haven't finished it yet, but once it is, the initial release is scheduled for November 22nd, 2020. So this year in November 22nd, Red Moon will be releasing on YouTube. It's supposed to be releasing on YouTube. And you can actually watch the film early on a Halloween 2020, but you need a certain subscription and a certain payment. But me and my friends are still gonna go back and forth on that. If we should do subscriptions and payments and stuff like that. But certain winners get to watch Red Moon early for free. If you're not a certain winner, you have to either subscribe or pay to watch the movie early. And I'll tell you how to do that some other time later on my channel or something like that. And I've also thought about working on a few other projects, maybe a found footage horror movie that I'll put on my channel. Who knows? I'm working with a friend named Andreas. He has his own YouTube channel called FNAF Gameplays. He makes his own films. Very talented guy. He even makes his own props. It amazes me on what he can do. And me and him are working on this film together. So I'm excited to see how it turns out when we're done with it. And I'm excited for you guys to get the reaction. Yeah, honestly. But does anyone have any other anyone got any other questions for me? I do have answers. For sure, I'll answer your questions. Favorite 2020 film? So far, would I count 1917 as a 2020 film? Because the early press screenings of that film came out in 2019. I think it was November or December 2019. I don't even know if I would count 1917 as a 2019 or a 2020 film, because the early screenings came out in 2019, while the movie came out in January 2020. So maybe 1917. If not, then Sonic the Hedgehog. Somewhere around there. It's between 1917 or Sonic the Hedgehog. 1917 was amazing. It was really great. One of the best war movies I've seen in a very long time. Sonic the Hedgehog was very good too. But yeah, it's between those two movies. I'll take more questions if you guys have more questions. Almost been streaming for a half an hour. Not bad. My push. How long do you plan on streaming? Maybe a little over an hour. Considering it's around midnight, or it is midnight technically. Maybe a little over an hour. Who knows? If I could get this stream, if I could keep on getting this stream going a bit more, maybe I'll do one more hour, one more extra hour. So maybe around, maybe an hour 30 minutes, maybe an hour 20, somewhere around there maybe. If we can't get the extra hour. But yeah. And people who haven't been able, didn't be able to watch the stream, can see can actually watch it when it's done, when it's published on my channel. Where did the other two go? Lol. The other two. Oh, the other two viewers? Oh, I'm not sure, honestly. Oh, I know, Ratley, Ohio 9, I think. She went to bed. I know her, in person. She messaged me, around 15 minutes ago. Yeah, she said, good luck on the live stream, so she messaged me on Messenger. Emilio, I don't know where he is. Maybe some other viewers will join. I know some teenagers will like to pull off some all-nighters, considering that we have no school this week. So I know some teenagers like to pull off all-nighters. Some teenagers maybe on social media right now, YouTube. So who knows? Maybe some other people will join in this live stream. And I know the majority of my I know the majority of my subscribers are teenagers. I have a YouTube Studio app, and I check the number of subscribers, my view rates, my like rates, and it also tells me the age of my viewers. It doesn't specifically say which viewers view my video, but it'll give me age ranges of the ages of people who view my videos. So, and the average range of age is around like 13 to 17-year-olds. So yeah, bro, I ordered a sick Shadow the Hedgehog figure. Ooh, I really want to see it when you get it in. I really would love to see it. I remember having a Shadow the Hedgehog figure when I was a kid. Really love Shadow. He most likely is my favorite Sonic character. I don't really have a favorite. It's hard for me to choose a favorite. It's between Sonic or Shadow. It's definitely one of those two. But I really love Shadow. I'd love to see that figure if you do get when it comes in. I'd really love to see it. But that's nice to know. Also, speaking of Sonic, I've always wanted to see another Sonic anime, and I know this is an underrated thought, considering that Sonic is number one for me. Is Sonic's number one for you? Nice. Yeah, he's number one for he's definitely one of my childhood heroes. I wouldn't want to say Sonic is number one. I wouldn't really want to say Mario is number one either, because both of them to me at least, they're both equally great. So they're both number one to me at least. They were my two childhood heroes that I grew up with. It was always Mario and Sonic. They were like the best rivals to me. Like peanut butter and jelly, syrup and pancakes. Mario and Sonic were those two, honestly. So they're both number one to me. I've had a little more experience with Mario, but Sonic I have a lot of respect for too. I've played a lot of Sonic games. Maybe not as much as you, Isaiah, but I do know Sonic and nearly as much as Mario. So I really do love Mario and Sonic. Let's see. Just recently beat Mania. Nice. Sonic Mania is definitely one of the better modern Sonic games. It's a really beautiful looking game too. the animation that has a similar look to the 90s Sonic games. There's a little more lighting to it, though, you can tell. Even Sonic Mania Plus, that game, why did I say movie? That game is very interesting too. I think that was kind of like a DLC kind of thing. I know they had like characters like Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel, which those were two characters that were featured in the Chaotix games. Two long lost Sonic characters, honestly. Very underrated Sonic characters too. And yeah, I've always wanted to see more of like Sonic that was back in the day to like today, like Sonic X. Oh, I meant Plus. Oh yeah, Sonic Mania Plus. Very, very good. I think they've also made a short series, Sonic Mania Adventures. I know it's kind of a thing on YouTube. It's on the official Sonic the Hedgehog channel. They make like little shorts. It's honestly kind of cute. The animation looks amazing. But if you haven't seen the shorts, you should watch them. They're really cool. But as for like stuff like Sonic X, I'd honestly personally love to see another Sonic anime, and it's kind of an underrated opinion. But I'd love to see another Sonic anime. I didn't really like how Sonic X ended. Not gonna really spoil how it ended, but I honestly think it should have had more seasons than just 3 seasons. 3 seasons is kind of just short, and it's kind of just I wouldn't really say sugarcoating the series, but it's kind of like they could have done more with it, honestly. The series did end tragically, in a way with one, it's kind of hard to explain. But if you've seen Sonic X, you'd know what I'm talking about. At least the full series. But yeah, I'd really love to see another Sonic anime. I'd also like to see a Legend of Zelda anime too. That's one I've been waiting for a long time. Yeah, I've had a lot of thoughts on certain video games that could be either TV shows or movies. I know. I read an article. I can't get past the first season. The dynamics are cool, but but personality. Oh yeah. Sonic X, honestly, to me, I view it as a really. Oh, but personally. Oh, okay. Are cool, but personally. Yeah, that is understandable, honestly. Sonic X, to me personally, I really love the series. I do have some issues with it, and that's mainly Chris is definitely one of them. Another issue I have with it is Season 3 does drag most of the time, but honestly, the ending of Season 3 makes up for the entire season, in my opinion, because of what happens in the ending of Season 3. Season 3 does drag, big time, nearly too. But the ending of Season 3 saves the entire season, honestly, in my opinion. I find it boring at times. Sonic X can be kind of draggy at times. I think the thing that really makes Sonic X very memorable is, one, the iconic Gotta Go Fast theme, and the characters. They just really, you know the characters because they're from video games and you've grown up on them, and you just love to see them on screen, like communicating and stuff. And I think that's really what makes Sonic X memorable. It's more the characters and that they're in our world, really, than just the story. I think that's what makes it more memorable and special, at least. It's not as memorable as other animes like Dragon Ball and Naruto, and I don't think it ever will be. But Sonic X is, I know it's definitely a childhood favorite for a lot of people, even if it is boring at times. I wouldn't really call it a perfect anime. It is a great show, in my opinion, even though it does have tons of problems at times. But let's be honest, I wouldn't really consider any anime to be perfect. There are a lot of animes that would consider great, but I wouldn't really consider a lot to be perfect. I'm familiar with some animes, not a lot with Naruto, but Dragon Ball, on the other hand, I do like Dragon Ball. Don't love it. I do agree that it could be overrated at times. I've recently saw the new Dragon Ball movie, Broly. Really great movie. Really great movie. If you've never seen Dragon Ball, I honestly think that this movie would get you into the series, honestly. You wouldn't even have to watch the show. Just watch the Dragon Ball movies, because they're great as a whole. But Broly has to be the best Dragon Ball movie. It was tons of fun. Really tons of fun. Vegeta probably has to be my favorite character. Show us your favorite pop figure. You know what? I do have my pop figures in my closet. Let me go. Let me go pick up a few. Okay, I'm back. So, my camera is kind of like placed in a position right now. If it wasn't, I would actually pick it up and bring it to my closet so I could show you guys my pops. Especially I have around like 47 pops in my closet right now, but I brought two of my favorite ones. This one I got recently at GameStop. Pennywise from It Chapter 2. It's a GameStop exclusive. I saw it one day and I had to get it quickly because I know stuff like this sell out fast, and it's very rare for me to find a Pennywise pop at a store, so I had to get this quickly. This is one of my favorite ones, and this one probably has to be my favorite one, the Cruella de Vil one. It's a Hot Topic exclusive. I haven't talked about 101 Dalmatians on my channel. I remember you buying it. Yeah. You were there with me, I think, when I bought the Pennywise one. Yeah, at GameStop near our school at Trevor Brown. The Cruella de Vil one I got at Hot Topic. This one was $10 on sale. They're usually a little more expensive, but this one I was able to get it on sale. It's a Hot Topic exclusive, and I haven't talked about 101 Dalmatians on my channel, but since I'm doing my Disney series, I figured I might as well talk about it soon. It's a classic too, so I gotta talk about movies like this. And yeah, I keep my pop figures in the packaging. I literally, out of the 47 pops that I own, I literally have 3 out of the box, which are Batman, Wonder Woman, and a wolf animatronic, I think, from Five Nights at Freddy's. The wolf one I found outside. My friend gave me the Batman pop, and literally the only one that I opened was the Wonder Woman one. And it's been out of the box forever. The rest of my other pop figures are inside of the box. But my Wonder Woman pop figure still looks clean. Like, it still looks brand new. Like, she's doing really well. But yeah, these two are honestly my favorite pop figures out of the 47 that I own. Pennywise and Cruella de Vil in her car. If you guys are movie fans, you guys should honestly collect Funko movie pops, because I think they're really cool. You found it outside? Yeah, a wolf pop figure. Let me try to bring it. It's actually kind of wrecked. Yeah, right here. I can't necessarily identify this, or what kind of animatronic it is, but I know it's from a Five Nights at Freddy's game because it has Scott Cawthon on its feet. Let me see if the camera can kind of focus on it. I don't think the camera can focus. Yeah, I don't think the camera can focus, but it says Scott Cawthon on his feet. That's risking considering the lore, lol. Yeah. But the camera won't focus on what it says, but it says Scott Cawthon on his feet. The thing that sucks about this pop figure, when I found it outside, it only had one leg. So I knew that this came from a child or something like that, and obviously doesn't know how to take care of Funko Pops. But yeah, when I found this outside, it only had one leg. I decided to take it in and not throw it away. It just kind of like sits like this against my other pop boxes. It just kind of like stands on like this, and it'll be standing on another pop box like this, kind of. It just stands like that and leans. So I just decided to take it in, and it was like, why not? Even if it does have a missing leg, which does suck. And yeah, the paint job is not, it's not that great, honestly. I can tell whoever owned this was definitely thrashing it around, because you can tell the teeth, it is missing some, it has some scrapes and stuff like that. So yeah, I found this on my old complex, and I decided to take it with me. So yeah, it's from the Twisted Ones, and oh, it's from the FNAF book series. No wonder I didn't know about it. I never actually read the books. I wanted to start reading the Silver Eyes. I found a copy of The Silver Eyes at Target, and I wanted to read The Silver Eyes. I'm not really familiar with the book series. I hear conversations back and forth. People are saying that it's not canon to the FNAF universe. There are people who are saying it is canon to the FNAF universe, but I don't even know which one's accurate because I haven't read any of the books. I'd love to read the books because I'm a diehard Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Some people actually don't know that, especially some viewers on this channel, but I do have a big heart for Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me bring two of my FNAF pop figures over here, actually. Aside from the one that I just showed you. Okay, these are the other two that I own. Circus Baby from Sister Location and Funtime Freddy from Sister Location. They had a Funtime Foxy at Target. I was going to get that one. Literally the only problem was the box was busted. So I knew a kid came down around the aisle and did something to the box, and I decided not to get it. I love to get my pop figures with the figure and the box in good condition. The box literally looked like it was hit by like a school bus or something like that. Like, it was a mess. The figure looked perfectly fine, but the box was like, I don't want to touch that. Like, I just don't want to. So I decided not to buy it. But yeah, which really sucks. Because the Funtime Foxy pop figures are kind of rare. And considering this is Five Nights at Freddy's and the game series is around like 6 years old, I think, it's going to be kind of rare to find some of these pop figures in stores. To be honest, I take in figures I find outside too. That's nice, yeah. Finders keepers, I guess. Yeah. I have the puppet and Foxy for FNAF Pops. I remember you did show me the puppet. I remember you showed me the puppet. I don't remember you showed me the Foxy one, but I think you did tell me that you were ordering a Foxy one, which was really cool. Foxy is definitely my favorite animatronic. There's some things that are interesting about him, and I think it's, I read something off of Game Theory. I read something off of Game Theory that's really interesting, and it has to do with the first Five Nights at Freddy's and the fourth game. And if you pay attention to the mini game where the kid is like crawling around the house, his brother like scares him, and he has like all of his other friends inviting his brother to the party and stuff like that. And then that's when, like, I think that's when the Bite of 87 happened. I'm not sure because the timeline of Five Nights at Freddy's is all sorts of confusing, really. But supposedly the brother was supposed to be one of the kids who went missing, and their body parts were later discovered inside animatronic pieces. And that kid's spirit is supposed to be in Foxy in some sort of weird way, and it really does twist with a lot of things, because if you do pay attention after night 5, there's like this, yeah, that's when the little kid gets his head squished by or bitten off by the giant Fredbear, and all the other kids are watching. Those kids were supposedly be the kids who were taken by Mr. Afton or the purple guy, whoever you want to call it, and they went missing. And I know there was another story about this little girl who was killed in an alleyway, and she was supposed to be the puppet or marionette or something like that. It's scary. It's really interesting stuff, but it's kind of scary. But the timeline of Five Nights at Freddy's, a lot of people try to figure out the timeline and which story goes where, because there are a lot of people that say Five Nights at Freddy's 2 actually started and then it was the first game, or some people say that FNAF 4 really started everything. Sister Location probably could have even been a thing way before everything else. But yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline is really messy, and people are still trying to figure out how this game series really started. But yeah, it's very interesting, and it's really, I guess it's really scary and really fun on how to, knowing that you don't really know how it all started. I think it really makes it more special, leaving it as a mystery, honestly. And I think that's what makes Scott Cawthon's world very, very special, because Scott Cawthon has changed a lot of gamers' lives with what he was able to create. And I think the FNAF series is still doing strong. There's supposed to be there's talks and rumors about a new game coming out that's gonna be taking place in a mall, which is very interesting. Scott really likes to take his games to the next level, so I think he has this in the bag. I know he does. But yeah, I guess that can explain my love for FNAF to you, and my love for collecting pop figures. Even though I have 47, I'm kind of a beginner for collecting pop figures, so by the next month I should have like around 60 pop figures, who knows? Maybe in the next 2 months or something like that. I don't know how often I'll be going out to like malls and stuff like that. I don't even know if they'll have any a lot of things in stock because of the coronavirus that's going on right now. Dang, we've been streaming for 50 minutes. Wow. Yeah, talking does really go by fast. Wow. It's nearly 12:30. Wow. Okay. Doing good on battery for my camera. Yeah, it looks like we're actually doing really cool on this live stream, honestly. And for the people who didn't get to watch the live stream, you can watch it when it posts on my channel. For my next one, should I get Knuckles, Tails, Sonic, Metal Sonic, Super Sonic, or Eggman? That one is hard. That one is very hard. Ooh, that one's very hard. I want to say between Metal Sonic or Super Sonic. I want to say between Metal Sonic or Super Sonic. They're all great choices. What makes it hard? Why am I stuttering? They're all great choices. What makes it hard? But I'd say Metal Sonic and Super Sonic are probably the best options. I want to know what figures, what companies make the figures though, because I know when I was a kid, they had like the Jazzware Sonic the Hedgehog figures. They had them in like these really cool packagings and like yellow packagings, and they had like Sonic, Amy, Knuckles, Tails. Metal Sonic is tempting. Yeah, Metal Sonic is really tempting. And I know the Jazzwares figures, they also had like these packagings where you can get the classic Sonic characters figures. They had like Sonic, Knuckles. I remember too. They had Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Super Sonic, Metal Sonic, and Amy. Back then she was called Rosie the Rascal or something like that. It was the classic version. So I guess it was Rosie the Rascal, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, somewhere around there. But yeah, those were the figures that I had. When that, I think it was around the 25th anniversary. Was it the 25th? The 20th anniversary, I think, of Sonic the Hedgehog. They released these figures and stuff like that, and this merchandise, and that's when I got the the figure. Yeah. Jazzwares are so rare now. I hate that. I destroyed so many as a kid. Honestly, I feel like the Jazzwares figures were kind of easy to break. They were kind of a little easy to break, what's sad. I think that's what makes it sad. The Jazzwares figures easily broke. You had to be really delicate with them, especially if you really wanted to play with them, which the Jazzware figures weren't really made for playing with. They were collectibles. But it's funny knowing that I had Sonic Jazzware figures as a kid myself, and I'm gonna admit they did break. Not all of them. Most of them did survive, but some of them didn't. Yeah, Jazzwares is honestly an interesting toy company. I really wish their toys wouldn't break as easy though. But yeah, they are rare these days to find. Especially with places like Toys R Us no longer existing, you're not really gonna find Jazzwares toys in a lot of places. I'm getting the Jakks Pacific bendable fit. Ooh, Jakks Pacific is really good. I really like Jakks Pacific. That's really nice. Ooh, bendable figures. Surprisingly good for the price. Really? How much is it? Around the same price as a phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually really good. That's actually pretty good. And the Funko Pops are usually around $8 to $10 in places like GameStop or Walmart or even Target. I think Hot Topic has the most expensive pop figures. They'll have them for around $12 to $15, which is actually pretty ridiculous at Hot Topic. But Hot Topic is like technically the teenage Toys R Us now these days. $10 in store. Oh, okay, $10 in store. Nice. That's really good, honestly. $10 is actually not that bad at all. 56 minutes, so very close to streaming for an hour. Very close. Jazzwares Sonic couldn't stand well. Yeah, Jazzwares Sonic. I remember specifically. I actually remember very well when you'd collect the Jazzwares Sonic the Hedgehog figures. They came with like little stands that actually looked like Sonic spin balls, and some of them didn't stand well, even if you were to put them on the stand, which was kind of weird. I didn't really understand that. Even if you were to put them on the stand, they would still fall. That wasn't all of them, though. Some of the big Jazzwares Sonic figures, like Vector or Eggman, they could stand pretty well, but some of them, like Tails could, but that was because of the Tails that was really holding them. But Sonic and I think Silver was a little folly too, because I had a Silver figure from Jazzwares when I was young. I remember always losing the stand. Yeah, I lost some of the stands too, honestly. I wouldn't really focus on the stand because I didn't really like have them on shelves. I didn't really use them as collectibles since I was like around 8 or 10 years old. I was playing with like toys back then, so obviously I would lose the stand and I just focus on like the figures and stuff. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, Isaiah. Hey, Alberto, we got another viewer here on this live stream. I knew someone would come and join. How are you doing? It's honestly been a while. I'm doing great, bro. How about? I'm doing really good, honestly. I'm doing a little better than I was a little earlier because I was kind of nervous to talk about some things in the live stream, but I actually am starting to form nice conversations in this live stream with you guys. There may not be as much people here tuning in now, but I feel like this live stream will get views after it's posted. Once it's posted on YouTube, I feel like this live stream will get views. Yeah. But I'm doing really good right now, Alberto. You should have streamed earlier because I believe most people are asleep. Yes. I did think about streaming earlier. I was actually out earlier. I was outside with some family members. I planned to stream yesterday. Yesterday was an extremely busy day, though. A lot actually happened yesterday. But today I still wanted to stream again, and I wanted the perfect opportunity to do it earlier, but I was busy earlier, so I decided to do it tonight. Even though a lot of people might have not been able to tune in, I'm glad at least some people were able to tune in, and I'm still thinking of doing another live stream, like not too long after this one, but like days later. So like you guys might see another one a couple of days later. But yeah, I believe that most people will be asleep right now because it's past midnight. Okay, we're an hour in this stream. I mean, keep going. Talk your mind, bro. Talk your mind? Okay, yeah, sure. Totally. I'm just trying to think of what things I could talk about with you guys. Like, if you guys still have some more questions, like I'll totally happily answer them. Because really, I really did cover the things that I really wanted to talk about in this video, which were the coronavirus, my experience, and my plans on the channel. What are your thoughts about the virus? I think it's really devastating. In a way, I also do think it's weird, and people may be a little too over-exaggerated about it. Because when I say that, I kind of hear it like almost every second. I'm outside and I hear kids like making games about the coronavirus. It's just kind of weird, honestly. They make their own games where if you touch someone, you now have the coronavirus. Like, you know, those little kid games. I kind of find it annoying. But as a whole, it's kind of scary knowing that I had a friend told me that he went to the store at Walmart and like almost everyone was wearing masks. It's actually pretty scary, and there was barely any items in stock anymore. I didn't go out in the store personally. But from what I'm hearing, and especially from what I'm seeing on social media, I find it pretty devastating. Apart from the fact that school has been canceled, restaurants are closing, movies have been delayed. It really sucks. Yeah, and the virus, I feel like this could possibly stop around August. Hopefully it stops around August or earlier even. Or hopefully earlier. But I know we're going to come up with something to get this done. Like, we're America. We could come up with a cure to get this done. I really just hope this doesn't get worse because I've had plans for 2020 that I really wanted to do. And stuff like the virus are in the way of my plans. So I'm still not positive. I'm actually not positive right now if I'll be able to get to my plans. Hopefully I will, because I've been looking forward to go to Comic-Con and Disneyland this year. That might not happen because of the coronavirus, but we'll see. A scientist on a podcast aid that were years from a vaccine. Really? That were years from a vaccine. That's interesting. Or years. Lol, we gonna be fighting zombies. We're years away. Oh, okay. We're years away. We're gonna be fighting zombies. Honestly, if we did live in like a post-apocalyptic world, I think that's what would happen. Honestly, I think that's what would happen, especially if it was like dramatic and fictional. And now that I just think about like this virus actually, it's not gonna happen. But what if like this virus actually was actually capable of like the start of a zombie apocalypse? That would be, whoa, that would be something. Imagine that. Ooh. But yeah, I really hope we are able to fight this soon, like very fast, because a lot of things that are going on in the world, they're just like stopping because of this virus. To be honest, the panic feels like the beginning of a zombie movie. It does. It does feel like the beginning of the zombie movie, and it also feels like the world is trying to recreate. It also feels like the world is trying to recreate the Black Plague, honestly, because I'm hearing about the coronavirus too much, and I'm just like, you're making it sound like it's the Black Plague. Like, it's maybe not that serious. Like, almost everyone is like making it feel like the roof is gonna fall down. Like, okay, places are closing down. I guess that's for one, but you're still alive. Like, people are still alive. Okay, people are dying, but it's not as many people. I mean, 200 deaths were reported in Italy from this, and I think only 71 deaths around the United States from the coronavirus were reported. I mean, it's not killing the entire population. People are dying, but it's not like a natural disaster like the Black Plague was. And I think people are making a big deal about it. Honestly, it's a little over too dramatic, if you know what I'm saying. Like the Black Plague that killed around 200 million people, and that was serious. But that was only in Europe back in the medieval times when people had no resources to cure diseases. Today we have many resources to cure diseases. Back then they didn't have that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can fight the coronavirus. The thing that we have to matter on or rely on is how long it'll take to fight it. That's the thing we really have to rely on, is how long it'll take to fight the coronavirus. Let's see. Let's see. The CDC said that we need to cancel gatherings with more than 50 people in the next 8 weeks. I did hear about that. And that's crazy. Canceling gatherings. Yeah, that is very crazy, Alberto. Especially stuff like school-related stuff, even like prom. The district talked about, the district didn't talk about it, but my friends, I have some friends in my Avid class who do speculate that prom might be moved. I'm not going to prom, so it's not really a big deal for me, but for other people, though, like, just thinking about it, it's just, like, kind of 50-50. Like, they didn't announce that they would move prom, but from the looks of what's happening, they may. Prom's next month, too. And especially with graduation. Yeah, it's really 50-50 stuff. Will this stuff get moved? Will it not? Will we get back to school? There are talks about like us not going back to school for the rest of the entire year. There's actually a report on it. I don't know if it's fake or not, because I've never really actually gotten an official confirm if it's real or not, but I actually did see a video on some guy talking about that we won't be able to go back to school for the rest of the year. I don't know if it's fake or not, but I saw it on Facebook. I kind of miss school. I was fixing my grades, then this happens. Yes, I miss school too. It honestly kind of pisses me off that we're out of school because of this virus thing. I get it. Safety. It's not the reason. It's not that we're out of school. It's just that the virus alone, really. Like, really. But I see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from. It sucks. I mean, if the CDC said that, then school is down for the rest of the year. That does suck. I don't know if the CDC I don't know if it was the CDC that said that. I'll have to look up, at the video again, because I found that on Facebook. Also, I don't know if it's true or not. But if it was the CDC, then sadly, we may be out of school for the rest of the year. Which I don't want. I really do not want. Considering that I'm a senior. And, like, I want to go on to the rest of my life. Like, it does suck a lot. An hour and 9 minutes we've been streaming. Nice. Don't be silly, Alberto. Students are people. We are government drones. Honestly, in a way, I guess you could say. I guess I get where you're coming from with the government drones things. It is the government itself. I don't honestly trust the government itself, even though it's supposed to be on our side. I feel like the government hides a lot of stuff from us, and it does. For a fact, it does. There are a lot of things that the government is not telling America, or the world in general. That's why I don't really trust the government. Any kind of gathering, yes. Honestly, any kind of gathering. They need to tell us about alien. Yes, I honestly thought that that was gonna be revealed, especially like last year. I don't know if you got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you guys knew about this because it was a meme. The freaking Area 51 raid. I honestly thought that was real at first until I actually got into it a bit more, especially with the live stream. Apparently, like over 1 million people signed up to be a part of the raid, and like 200 people showed up to the raid. I found that funny. I actually watched the stream. It was interesting. I'll tell you that. It was interesting. I thought it was gonna be bigger, like way bigger. But yeah, I honestly do think the government is hiding probably some alien related stuff from us. Is it guaranteed? No. Not really. It's not. I'm not guaranteeing it. But there have been some stories of certain people who have been invited to Area 51, and they have been seeing some certain observations on other organisms, as if you want to call it. They didn't specifically say what it was. They didn't specifically say it was aliens. They just said they've seen some certain testing on other organisms, which I find interesting. Have we ever gotten to see any evidence of this? No. Will we ever discover that we have aliens among us? Probably not. And if we do, it's going to be hard for us to. Because we'd also have to get past stuff like the FBI. And the FBI works for the government. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. They do need to tell us stuff about aliens. I wouldn't be surprised if aliens are actually living among us. I wouldn't be surprised if there are humans out in the world that have alien DNA. I would not be surprised. Because there are many theories about it too. There are many theories. Look it up on the internet. Many theories that aliens are already living among us. And they've been knowing about Earth for thousands of years already. And we never even knew. But yeah, the theories are actually really fascinating, especially with all these UFO sightings that are going around in not just Phoenix, but some other countries and states in the world. But Phoenix and Arizona, Arizona in general is one of the most well-known places for UFO sightings, especially the sightings in 1997, the Phoenix lights. Obviously, I wasn't alive in 1997 to see the lights, but I did see some. I did see footage of the lights. Really interesting stuff. There are people who have said that they've actually heard noise coming from those lights, which is actually pretty scary. I got an alien probe. An alien probe? An alien probe. Oh! The face. Oh my gosh. My mom saw the lights. Oh, really? Interesting. Oh my gosh. She saw the Phoenix lights? I know there's a movie about it called Phoenix Forgotten. I saw parts of it, never got to finish it though. It's watchable, I guess. I can't say it's really great or good because I never got to finish it. I kind of fell asleep in it. I never watched it in the theater though. It was late at night. I was really tired and I just dozed off while watching it. It wasn't really boring. It was just that I was tired. But it's interesting, I guess. But the actual sightings, I know that I think it was 7 lights that were in the sky, and they were making like these weird shapes, and one of them were heading down south, and then another one of them started heading up north to Nevada, and the signal of the light went to Area 51 or something like that. No one was able to tell what it was because it was up too high. She said they were loud, but so loud that they were quiet. Wow. Oh. Yeah. I heard some reports of people hearing noises from those lights, and they said that they definitely were not stars, and some of them were even changing colors, which was actually something. Some people were speculating that could be military testings. If they're not military testings, then no one knows what the heck they could be. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't know how I would react if I did ever spot a UFO. I wouldn't know how I would react. It would be very interesting, honestly. I'd definitely be mind blown. I wonder how different it would have been if those were seen during broad daylight. They probably wouldn't be seen during broad daylight. Maybe they could be, but it would be kind of like little small specks in the sky. Apparently there was vibrations coming from it. Ooh, that's something I didn't hear. That's something I actually didn't hear. Vibrations, and I guess that gives an alarm on what those things could have been. Now that I think about it, it probably weren't military testings. They were actually probably something else. They were probably something else. I would always like to hear an autopsy for America to get in more depth on what those things could have been or what UFOs could be in general. Alright then, I gotta go, bro. It's late. Okay, Alberto. Thanks for joining on this live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, dude. Alright. But that's crazy, knowing that, or hearing that vibrations were actually coming from those. Hour and 17 minutes. I guess I'll end this live stream at an hour and 30 minutes. We're almost there. I guess 13 minutes left we have? Around 13 minutes. So I'll end this live stream in 13 minutes. But thank you so much to all the people who joined this live stream. And the people who didn't get to join this live stream, you'll be able to see it once it is posted on my channel. And you get to start all over from this next conversation. Cool. Yeah. Really cool. Considering the amount of subscribers that I have, notifications will probably pop up on people's phones, and they'll notice it. They'll probably question on why I'm even doing a live stream about like coronavirus and stuff like that. Considering my channel is a movie channel. But you gotta remember, even movies are being affected by the coronavirus. Not just like, yeah, schools and stuff like that, other stuff like that, but yeah. But I guess it was just important for me to talk about the topic. Because it's something that's really happening in our world. Really happening. So yeah, you guys might expect it, you guys might not, but I hope you guys watch it, for those of you who didn't get to join in this live stream. And I know some of you might be upset just in case you guys missed the live stream. I'm sorry I did this late, but I will try to do another one. I promise I'll try to do another one. So, and I'll wrap this up in around 10 minutes. If you guys got any last questions, I'll take questions and I'll answer them. Sonic would have made even more money if it weren't for the virus. Yes, I do agree. Especially in other countries too. I believe that Sonic would have made more money. I'm glad that it did cross the 100 million mark. I'm really glad that it crossed the 100 million mark. But I do agree that if it weren't for the virus, that the movie would have made more money. It did really well with audiences too. Any news on the Mario movie? From what I heard, the movie is scheduled to release in 2021. Um, don't know if it's currently in filming. No news on voice actors yet. I still hope they bring Charles Martinet, the one and only voice of Mario and Luigi, and various of other voices in the Mario franchise, like Wario, Waluigi, and stuff like that. I wonder how the animation is gonna be though. But I do know that the movie is gonna be based off of both the video game and the Mario comics. So that's gonna be really interesting. I don't know much about the comics, even though that I'm a Mario fan. I don't actually know where I can actually find the comics at. Honestly, I actually have to look online to see where I can find the Mario comics. But I know the movie's gonna be based off of both the video games and the comics. So that's really interesting. Not just the games, but the comics too. So I'd have to look into the comics. I actually want to look into the comics before this movie comes out, so I can get a better understanding of what this is. Lego Mario. Yes, I did. I did see Lego Mario. I saw the news on Lego Mario. That actually looks, it looks silly, but a good silly, not a bad silly. It looks really good. And I grew up on Legos too. Even the Duplo Legos, the small Legos too, like the normal Legos. I grew up on a lot of Legos, so yeah, I actually do like the idea of a Lego Mario. I thought of the idea of a Lego Mario too for a while. Well, later, dude. Okay, Isaiah, you take care. Have a good night, dude. Be safe too. Thanks for joining the live stream. Really appreciate it, dude. No problem. No problemo. Anytime. Thank you, dude. Alright, let's see. Okay, so since people are starting to leave, I guess I'll wrap up this stream a little early. I said I was gonna stop this stream at the mark of an hour and 30 minutes. It's already been an hour and 26 minutes in this. I've already been in the stream for an hour and 26 minutes, so I guess I'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. For those of you who watched, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you. For those of you who didn't get to watch this live stream, I'm so sorry because it's late. But you guys can watch it once it's posted on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos again, always, and this stream. It's my first stream that I've done in a long time. But you guys are the best. Love every single one of you. Look forward to more videos that'll be coming very soon. And as always, if you're new here and you like what you see here, I guess why not hit that subscribe button, join the EliB/520 community. Honestly, I really shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't say that outro because this isn't an actual video. This is a live stream technically, and this will only be up for people who not for people who actually are subscribed to my channel and have the notifications on. You're gonna get this up, so you'll know about the live stream. But if you're new to my channel and if you're barely knowing about my channel because of this live stream, hit that subscribe button, especially if you love movie reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, always. You guys are the best. Love you guys, and have a great night.